All right. So a bouquet of daisies include 4 white daisies and 3 orange daisies. So the ratio of white daisies to orange daisies would be 4 to 3. And of course, you can write that 3 different ways. And then what if I ask, what is the ratio of white daisies to total daisies? Then that would be 4 to 7. Got it? And the order of the words must match the numbers. So since we said white daisies first, our first number must be 4 because there's 4 white daisies. And since orange daisies was mentioned second, the second number must be 3 because there's 3 orange daisies. So if I said, what is the ratio of white daisies to orange daisies? And you told me 3 to 4, that would be incorrect. So the order of the numbers and the order of the words must match. And I feel like this is our review. We've talked about stuff like this before, right? Probably back in 6th grade, I imagine. Easy peasy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's what Luke is saying to me. Yes. All right. So now a proportion is something that states that 2 ratios are equal to each other. Okay, so sometimes your denominator is going to get bigger or even your numerator. So that would be called scaling up. And sometimes from the original ratio, we would scale down and our numbers would be smaller. Okay, as long as whatever you do to the top is done to the bottom, the ratios are equivalent. So since I can multiply 2 times 4 and get 8, and if I multiply 5 by 4 and get 20, that means that the ratio 2 to 5 is equivalent to the ratio 8 to 20. Does that make sense? Just like equivalent fractions. All right, this bottom example, if we divide 7.5 by 5, we get 1.5. And if we take the number 5 and divide it by 5 and get 1, since we did the same thing to the top and bottom, that means these 2 ratios are equivalent. And when we set them equal to each other, that forms a proportion. So a proportion is a statement that 2 ratios are equal. That's what a proportion is. Okie dokie. All right, moving on, everybody. Everybody good? Questions? Nope, nope, nope. Okay. All right, and like I said, I am recording this, so if you do need to go back and watch any of it, you are welcome to. Okay, so since proportions are stating that 2 ratios are equal, if we're missing one of the numbers, we can create a proportion and we can cross multiply and divide in order to solve a missing number. All right, so let's say that our ratio of red gallons of paint to yellow paint is 6 to 4. And what if I have 24 gallons of yellow paint? Would I be able to figure out how many gallons of red paint is equal to that? What could I do mathematically? What would I do mathematically to get from 4 to 24? What times 4 is 24? Times 6, right? So as long as I do the same to the bottom as the top, can we figure out how many gallons of red paint there would be? What would be the number? Yep, as long as we multiply 6 by 6, we know that would be 36 gallons of red paint by using a proportion. Everybody good with that? Okay, let me know if y'all have any questions. All right, and so this example is basically we could cross multiply. If we don't want to multiply by the same number, we can also cross multiply. We can multiply 4 times x and get 4x. We can multiply 24 by 6 and get 144. And then solving one-step equations, the opposite of times 4 is dividing by 4. If we divided both sides of the equal sign by 4, that also tells us we would have 36 gallons of red paint. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to solve proportions by cross multiplying and dividing. All right, so let's look at these, you guys. I'm going to do 2 with you, and then I want you guys to do some by yourself. All right, I'm going to start with number 5. All right, so if you have paper, I want you to write this proportion down, please. Number 5, 2.3 over x is equal to 75 over 100. Write it down. All right, so do we know off the top of our heads, what can we multiply 12.3 by to get to 75? Well, I have no idea. I have no idea. So since that's not the easiest thing to do, we're going to do cross products. So we're going to cross multiply. All right, so what's 75 times x? What's 75 times x? 75x. Hey, Kaden, make sure you turn your camera on, please. And we're going to multiply 12.3 times 100. What's 12.3 times 100? Who knows what 12.3 times 100 is? Luke, I'm afraid you just multiplied by 10, buddy. Yeah. Got to multiply by 100, not 10. So yeah, good, Luke. Good. Layla, was that you? Yeah, good, Layla. Good, Karen, I think. Good, Evan. All right, so 12.3 times 100 is 1,230. All right. So you're writing this with me. Math is not a spectator sport. Jeremy, you can't write with your fingers in your mouth. All right, so 75x equals 1230. So how do we solve for x? What's the opposite of multiplying by 75? What's the opposite of multiplying by 75?
Dividing.
Dividing, that's right. We're going to divide both sides by 75. 75 divided by 75 is 1, and 1 times x is x. And then in our little calculators, we can divide 1230 by 75, and who knows what the answer is? You got it, Evan. What is the answer? Good, Karen. Who else knows the answer? Good, Layla. Yep, it's 16.4, 16.4. And that's what our missing variable is, 16.4. All right, let's try number 2 as well. And then I'm going to ask you guys to do 1, 3, and 4. All right, so since 4 doesn't go evenly into 5, we're going to cross multiply. All right, so what is 4 times x? What's 4 times x? 4x. What is 7 times 5? What is 7 times 5? 35. And now how do we solve for x, guys? How do we solve for x? So to solve these, you're always going to divide what is attached to the variable. Everybody repeat after me. I am always going to divide by what is attached to the variable. Most of you did not say it. Everybody look at the camera. Look at the camera. Everybody say, I'm always going to divide by the number attached to the variable. Kellen, I don't know what you're saying, but it ain't what I said. All right, so what are we going to divide by? The number attached to the variable. Good. All right, so what is 35 divided by 4? Who knows the answer? Luke knows it. Who else knows it? Only Luke? Luke's the only math student I have? Good, Karen. Good, Evan. Good, Layla. Good, Bella. Yep, y'all are correct. 8.75 is the right answer. Okie dokie. All right, when you respond to me, everyone, I want you to say number 1 and give me the answer. And then you're going to space and you're going to say 2, give me the answer. And then you're going to put a comma and then you're going to put number 3 and give me the answer. Whoops, that shouldn't be 1, 3, and 4. All right, so every person that can hear my voice, I want you all to send me 3 answers in just a couple minutes. Are you ready? All of you, 100% of you. Ready, set, go. All right, you guys are sending me some great answers here. Karen got them all. Caden got them all. Thank you, Caden. Evan got them all. Good. Kellen has them all. Good. Layla. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Yeah, Luke, I think you need to check those one more time, sweetie. Jeremy, those aren't right, babe. All right, who have I not heard from? Wyatt, send me your answers. Sophia, send me your answers. Lily, send me your answers. Jenna Kate, let's go. Let's go. Good, Nevaeh. Gabriel, send me your answers, please. I know, Kaylee, you could do all these. I know you can. Good, Nevaeh. All right, so number one, now these guys, these are a little bit easier because couldn't we multiply 6 by a whole number to get 36? We could, right? That means we could literally divide 36 by 6 and get 60. So if we multiply 6 by 6 to get 36, that means we can get x by just multiplying 10 by 6. Does that make sense? So that one's pretty easy. Good, Sophia. Good job. So 10 times 6 is 60. Or, so we know the answer is 60, but what if we cross multiplied and divided? So if we cross multiplied, 6 times x is 6x, 36 times 10 is 360, and then we're going to divide both sides by 6, and that once again tells us the answer is 60. All right, number 3, we could cross multiply. So 36 times x is 36x. 4 times 180 is, I don't know, what is it? 720. And then if we divide both sides by what is being multiplied by the variable, our answer is, what was it? 20? Yeah, I think so. 20, right? All right, wait, I have a disagreement about number one. Yeah, so since you can multiply 6 by 6 to get 36, that means if we multiply 10 times 6, 10 times 6 is 60. Do you understand? Does that make sense? Okay. All right. So then the fourth, number 4, which is the third one you guys should have done, is 15 times x is 15x. And then 45 times 3 is 135. And then when you divide both sides by what is being multiplied by the variable, 15, that means our answer should have been about 9, I think. 9, right? Is it 9 or 6? It is 9.
6.
No, it is 9. Right, guys?
Yeah, it's 9.
Yeah, use your calculator. You do 135 divided by 15. 135 divided by 15 is 9. That's the right answer. Okie dokie. Everybody good? Jeremy doesn't believe me.
You're not wrong, though. I looked it up. It is 9.
Okay. That's all right. I like that he's willing to argue for the right answers, respectfully, of course. All right. So, Luke, did we convince you number 1 is 60? Because he didn't agree with us either. All right. Good. Okay, guys. Let's see what's else. All right. We got it, dude. Everybody got it? Okay. All right. So I think yesterday what you had to do was unit rates. Was that your activity yesterday? Like I said, I make these like 2 weeks in advance and I can't remember. But I think yesterday you guys had to figure out unit rates, right? Karen, am I right? What was your assignment yesterday? Did anybody do the assignment yesterday? Hold on, she's going to go check. All right, Karen is checking. Good. Kaylee, was it all unit rates? So hopefully Yeah, unit rates. Yep. So that's what this is right here. So basically, if you go to the grocery store and you buy a box of cereal, first of all, they're going to have 4 different size boxes, right? They're going to have a little bitty box, then they're going to have a medium box, and then they're going to have a family size box. And then if you go to Sam's, you're going to buy 4 gallons of Fruit Loops, right? I'm exaggerating just a little. So even though all that cereal is exactly the same, the actual unit rate of all of those boxes is different. And almost always, the bigger the box, they're going to charge you less per ounce. Okay. So it's important as you get older and you go buy groceries and you want to save as much money as you can, you want to get the best buy for your money. You want to buy the biggest amount of food that you will eat for the cheapest rate. Okay. And the good thing about most grocery stores is they actually have the unit rate listed on the sticker on the shelf. So if you pay attention to the unit rate, you'll find most of the time it's the biggest box. Now, it's not going to make any sense for you to buy the biggest box if you're not going to eat it and throw half of it away, right? Ultimately, that's losing money too. But if your family loves what do y'all love? Captain Crunch, and you're going to eat however much is bought, then you probably want to buy the biggest box because that means you're going to pay less per ounce. All right, but the way you find the unit rate is always, if you're talking about money, it's always the money divided by the quantity. Okay, so if 5 daisies cost me $7.50 and I want to know how much is each daisy, then you're always going to divide the price by the quantity. So in your calculator, you're going to type 7.5 divided by 5, and that tells you that the unit price for one is $1.50. So the unit price always means for one. So $1.50 per daisy. Per means for one. Okie dokie. All right, so what if I bought 4 tulips for $5? How much is each tulip? 4 tulips for $5. How much is each tulip? One person said $1.25. 2 people said $1.25. 3 people said $1.25. So what are we dividing? Are we dividing 4 by 5 or are we dividing 5 by 4? Yeah, we got to divide the money by the quantity. So if you divide 5 tulips by $4, oh my gosh, $5 by 4 tulips, it is $1.25 per tulip. That means for one tulip. Okay. All right. Everyone tell me how much is 1 daisy if I can buy 3 daisies for $1? And remember, we're talking about money. So how do you read money? You always stop at the hundredths place. So y'all are telling me that 1 daisy costs $3, but 3 daisies cost $1. Ooh, check again. Good, Karen. Isabella, we're going out to the penny. The penny. Good, Sophia. Good, Evan. Good, Luke. All right. Yep. So if we divide $1 by 3, we're going to get 0.3333333. But since we're talking about money, do our price tags look like this? Have you ever seen a price tag that looks like that? No, you haven't, Kellen. It stops at the nearest penny. So you always round when you're talking about money to the nearest penny. So you would say 33 cents per daisy. Okie dokie. Any questions? Round it up. Yeah. So, remember the rule. What is it? I can't ever remember that saying. It's like 1 to 4. 5 or up, raise a score. Y'all know what I'm talking about? If the number next to the number you're rounding is 0 through 4, you keep the number the same. But if it's a 5 or above, you have to go up. Okay, thank you, Kaylee. You have to round up. Okay, so that 3 would make that 3 stay a 3. That's a lot of 3s, you guys. All right, so if you need extra help on this section, please watch this video. But hopefully you've already watched it because that was yesterday's assignment. All right, so while there could be a variety of units and quantities where the unit rate could be calculated, these are some of the common ones. You may be familiar with these. So if you are in a car, oh, Luke found it. He said 4 or less, let it rest. 5 and up, round it up. That's it, Luke. Yeah, so when you're
Or
thinking
5 or
about
more. There's 2 different ways for that saying.
5 or more, 4 or
Add
less. What, Nevaeh?
4 or less, give it a rest. 5 or more, add 1.
4 or less, give it a rest, let it rest. 5 or more, raise the score. I like it. Yeah, 5 or more, raise the score. Good, 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 good. All right, so when you are asking your parents, hey, Mom, we seem like we're going really slow. What's your speed? What are you asking her exactly? What are you really asking your mom if you're asking her about the speed of the car? You're asking her how fast are you going in miles per hour. Y'all are so smart. Miles per hour. Yeah, so that's a unit rate, you guys. So trick question, almost, not really. If you're going 60 miles per hour, how fast, how many miles are you going in 1 hour? If your car is driving 60 miles per hour, how many miles are you riding in an hour? It's 60 miles, right? 60 miles. 60 miles per hour. You're going 60 miles. You'd be surprised how many people don't know the answer to that question. All right, but anyway, so when you're talking about speed, that's exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about a unit rate, miles per hour. When I was have you ever heard of the Autobahn in Germany, the Autobahn? No? Well, I've heard that my whole life. The Autobahn in Germany is a highway that there's literally no speed limit. There's no speed limit. And so this summer I went to Germany and we were going from the airport and I was like, dang, it feels like we're flying. I looked at the odometer and it said 120. Now they have kilometers. They use kilometers per hour, not miles per hour. And I was like, are we going 120? And I realized we were going 100 miles per hour, which is about 120 kilometers per hour. And when I realized how fast we were going, immediately a car flew by us, you guys, flew by us like we're sitting still. And I realized at that moment I was on the Autobahn. I was like, we're on the Autobahn. I was so excited because I've heard about it my whole life. And those cars were, I'm telling you, if they had wings on them, they would have taken off because they were flying. But so that was pretty cool. That was a neat experience for me. Yeah. Someone said here you would be arrested for going 100 miles an hour. Absolutely. All right. So anyway, get back on track, Miss Richardson. All right. So another way, when we go get gas in our car, there's a price. Well, that price is literally the price of gas per gallon. A price per gallon. So that price is actually a unit rate. If you're talking about how much gas your car uses, you're talking about how many miles per gallon your car can get. So you want that number as high as you can. And then a lot of times when we buy food, we're talking about, like, if you buy bananas, it's always a certain price per pound. Okay. All right. So unit rates are used constantly in real life. Are there any other common rates you can think of? How else would you use a unit rate? Miles per gallon, miles per hour, price per pound, price per ounce. I can't think of anything now either. Students per class. I like that. Students per class. Miles per chicken nugget. Absolutely, Layla, if you say so. Miles per chicken nugget. Okay.
Miles per hour that the different buses go, where they all go, like different ways the buses goes, like different miles for each one.
Yeah. Yep. Luke said planes per warehouse. Yep. So lots of unit rates that are used constantly. All right. So it says one way you can find the unit rate is set up a proportion and cross multiply and divide. I don't think you need to do that. I would just always divide the price by the quantity. If I pay $24 for 4 pizzas, basically I am buying each pizza for $6. Yes, schools per county, that would give us a lot of information about that particular county, how big it is. Gwinnett County is huge. They have so many schools, it's crazy. They have a lot more schools per county than we do. All right, another option is you can always make this proportion, but I don't think you need to if we're talking about money. You can always divide the price by the quantity. Okie dokie. But proportions always work. All right, what about this? If it costs $2 for 8 juice boxes, people automatically want to always divide the biggest number by the smallest number. But in this situation, you would not do that. So don't go, oh, 8 divided by 2 is 4. The price is $4 per juice box. That's not right, guys. Make sure you always divide the price by the quantity. So that means each juice box would be 25 cents per box. Okay. All right. So I want you guys to do we'll call this one down here letter A. We'll call this one letter B. And I want you to try the challenge problem. Why not? Everyone do A, B, and C. We're almost done with class. Everybody do A, B, and C and send me your answers, please. All of you, 100% of you. Are you ready? Set, go. Good, Nevaeh, that's right. Evan, try letter B again, please. Layla, try letter B again, please. Oh, no, I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. I apologize. Y'all are both correct. I'm sorry. Good, James. Good, Luke. Good, Sophia. Good, Nevaeh. Rocco, where'd you go, buddy? Christian, send me some answers, buddy. Good, Karen. Oh, letter C, Karen. Try that one more time, babe. Yep, Luke. Let me go back and double check your answers. You got it, buddy. That's exactly right. Bella. Nope, Bella. Try that one. Letter A one more time. Sophia, are you sending me answers? Kellen, send me answers. Kellen, don't yell at me. Wyatt Hudson, please send me some answers. Oh, you did, Sophia? I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. Yes, I see them and they're all right, Sophia. All right, y'all are doing so well. All right, so number one, or letter A, I should say, if each can of soda is 40 cents and we buy a 6-pack of soda, in this situation, you guys are, yes, oh, Karen, no, that's not right, babe. Kellen, letter C, try that one more time, please. Kellen, you're acting a little disrespectful toward me. I don't appreciate that. All right, so we're going to multiply 40 cents times 6, and our answer is $2.40. Good job. Way to read those carefully. All right, letter B. If Ariel pays $35 for 10 gallons of gas, we're going to divide the price by the quantity, and that tells us that she paid $3.50 per gallon. And today, that's a good deal. That's a good deal. All right, and then the last one, Lisa painted. So this one I would make a proportion. I would do 2 faces for 8 minutes. 2 faces in 8 minutes is equal to how many faces in 40 minutes? Okay, so either you can just say, oh, well, 8 times 5 is 40. So I'm going to multiply 2 times 5, or you can cross multiply. So 40 times 2 is 80. And then 8 times x is 8x. And then you would divide both numbers by 8. And the answer is 10. There you go, Karen. You got it. You got it. 10 faces. 10 faces. Okay. All right. How's everyone feel? Everybody good? Luke's got it. Everybody else? Kind of, sort of. All right. So the good thing about this is that this is recorded, so to help you, if you need to go back and watch the video, please do so. And then we're going to pick up right here on this slide on, what is today? Thursday. Okie dokie. All right, you guys, I will see most of you. I'll see you guys for social studies tomorrow. So everyone have a great day. Let me know if you have any questions, and I shall see you later. Bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Kellen, will you? Oh, never mind. Bye, Christian.